Have you ever wondered if your favorite nuts are secretly working against your health? Here's a surprising truth. Certain nuts you've enjoyed for decades could be silently stealing your strength, mobility, and independence. The Harvard Aging Study found that after 65, our bodies process nuts differently. Some now harm the very joints and muscles needed to keep you active. But here's the good news. Choosing the right nuts can be equally powerful for maintaining strength and sharp thinking. Dr. Wilson from Mayo Clinic calls certain nuts nature's medicine for aging bodies. Today, I'll reveal 3 nuts that might be undermining your health right now, and 3 powerhouse nuts that could help you maintain the active, independent lifestyle you deserve well into your 80s and beyond. Before we begin, please share which city you're watching from and hit that subscribe button for more science-based health tips. Let's start by uncovering the first nut that might be causing more harm than good. Part 1. 3 nuts to limit or avoid. 1. Peanuts, the hidden risks. That jar of peanut butter you've loved since childhood? Let's talk about it. Peanuts show up everywhere, in your trail mix, those afternoon crackers, even that protein bar you grab on busy days. They seem healthy, affordable, and familiar. But here's what your doctor might not tell you. Peanuts aren't actually nuts at all. They're legumes that grow underground. This matters because, unlike tree nuts, peanuts are particularly vulnerable to something called aflatoxins, tiny mold toxins that can accumulate in peanut crops. The Journal of Food Protection found that as we age, our bodies become less efficient at processing these toxins. Remember my friend Martha? At 72, she couldn't figure out why she felt so fatigued until her doctor connected it to her daily peanut butter habit. Another concern hits close to home for many of us: inflammation. Peanuts contain significantly more omega-6 fatty acids than omega-3s. Dr. Frank Hu from Harvard explains that this imbalance can promote inflammation, that same stiffness and soreness that makes getting out of your favorite chair more difficult each year. For those of you on blood thinners like warfarin, and I know many of you are nodding right now, peanuts contain vitamin K that can interfere with your medication. My neighbor John learned this the hard way when his INR levels fluctuated dramatically, and his doctor traced it back to his new habit of snacking on peanuts while watching evening baseball games. Even that natural peanut butter might not be as healthy as it appears. Most commercial brands contain added sugars, hydrogenated oils, and sodium that work against your heart health. Does this mean you must say goodbye to your beloved peanut butter sandwich? Not necessarily. Try limiting peanuts to once or twice a week rather than daily. Choose organic varieties when possible, and look for natural peanut butter where peanuts is the only ingredient. Or better yet, we'll discover some wonderful alternatives as we continue our journey together. Tell me in the comments, were you surprised to learn about these peanut concerns? Now let's move on to another popular nut that requires a closer look. 2. Cashews. What you need to know. Oh, those buttery, creamy cashews. They've become a staple in modern cooking, haven't they? From cashew milk to those delicious Thai dishes, their mild flavor and smooth texture have won many hearts. But for those of us focusing on staying strong and independent after 60, cashews deserve a careful second look. Here's what surprised me during my research. Cashews contain significant amounts of compounds called oxalates. These tiny troublemakers can bind to calcium in your digestive system. Dr. Melanie Thompson, who specializes in osteoporosis treatment, told me something fascinating. When oxalates bind to calcium, that calcium can't be used to strengthen your bones. It simply passes through your body. For those of us already concerned about bone density and fracture risk, this matters tremendously. I still remember Gloria, a vivacious 75-year-old from my community center, who couldn't understand why her bone density kept declining despite taking supplements. Her daily handful of cashews, which she thought was helping her health, was actually interfering with calcium absorption. Here's another surprising fact. Cashews have nearly twice the carbohydrates of most other nuts. A quarter cup contains about 10 grams of carbs. For many of us watching our blood sugar, and according to the CDC, that's nearly 1/3 of Americans over 65. This higher carb content can affect energy levels and muscle function. The oxalate concern becomes even more important if you've ever experienced kidney stones or have a family history of them. As our kidney function naturally declines with age, these oxalates can become more problematic. My friend Robert learned this lesson when his doctor traced his recurring kidney stones to his cashew yogurt that he ate every morning. If you love cashews, don't despair. Try enjoying them in smaller portions, perhaps a tablespoon rather than a handful. Pair them with calcium-rich foods to help offset the oxalate binding. And consider roasted varieties over raw, as some research suggests roasting may reduce oxalate content slightly. Has anyone ever mentioned these cashew concerns to you before? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Now, let's explore our third nut that requires caution. 3. Pine nuts. Proceed with caution. Those tiny, elegant pine nuts that make your pesto sauce so delicious have a fascinating history. Prized since Roman times, these delicate nuts come with some unique considerations that become especially important after 60. Let me share something that shocked me when I first learned it. Pine nuts can interact with over 60% of commonly prescribed medications for seniors. The University of Michigan's pharmacy department found that compounds in pine nuts can affect how your liver processes certain medications. This matters tremendously because according to the American Geriatrics Society, more than 40% of us over 65 take 5 or more prescription medications regularly. I think of my sister-in-law, Janet, who couldn't figure out why her blood pressure readings became erratic last summer. After careful detective work, her doctor traced it to the pine nut salad she had started enjoying for lunch. The nuts were interfering with how her body processed her medication. Have you ever heard of pine mouth syndrome? It's a peculiar reaction that can develop 12 to 48 hours after eating pine nuts, where everything, even your morning coffee or favorite dessert, suddenly tastes intensely bitter or metallic. This taste distortion can last for up to 2 weeks. For those of us who might already struggle with appetite or medication side effects, this can seriously impact nutrition when we need it most. There's also the matter of freshness. Pine nuts spoil faster than almost any other nut due to their high oil content. Dr. Simmons, a nutrition researcher I interviewed, explained, "Rancid nuts expose your body to compounds that accelerate cellular aging, particularly affecting joint health and cognitive function." That's certainly not what we're looking for in our snacks. If pine nuts are still a favorite for you, consider these practical tips. Store them in your freezer to prevent rancidity. Buy small quantities rather than bulk amounts, and have a conversation with your pharmacist about potential interactions with your specific medications. Now that we understand which nuts warrant caution, I'm excited to share the 3 remarkable nuts that research shows can actively support your health, strength, and independence. Let's discover them together. Part 2. 3 nuts you should eat regularly. 1. Almonds, the bone and muscle defender. Now, let's talk about something wonderful, the humble almond. This isn't just another nut. It's nature's calcium supplement wrapped in a perfect package. When my mother turned 75, her doctor specifically recommended almonds as part of her daily routine to maintain her independence. The reason became clear when I learned about their remarkable nutrition profile. Did you know a quarter cup of almonds contains nearly 100 milligrams of calcium and 76 milligrams of magnesium? These minerals work together like dance partners. The magnesium helps your body properly absorb that calcium and direct it exactly where it needs to go. Your bones. Dr. Elizabeth Martin at Northwestern University calls this the dynamic duo for maintaining bone strength after 60. I think of my friend Richard, who at 82 still tends his garden and plays with his grandchildren. His secret? 23 almonds, about a quarter cup, every single day for the past decade. My doctor is amazed at my bone density tests, he told me with a wink. Not bad for someone born during the Great Depression. Beyond bone health, almonds offer something equally precious: protein. As we age, maintaining muscle becomes increasingly challenging. The Journal of the American Geriatrics Society confirms what many of us have noticed. Staying strong requires more protein as we get older. Almonds deliver approximately 6 grams of complete protein per quarter cup, providing all essential amino acids your muscles need to stay responsive and strong. Your heart benefits too. The monounsaturated fats in almonds help maintain healthy cholesterol levels and support proper circulation, ensuring oxygen and nutrients reach all your muscles, including the most important one, your heart. The best way to enjoy almonds? Start with a quarter cup daily, about 23 almonds. I keep mine in a small jar in the refrigerator to preserve freshness. Try them sliced over your morning oatmeal, chopped into yogurt, or simply enjoyed whole as a satisfying snack. If whole nuts are challenging to chew, almond butter spread on whole grain toast makes a perfect alternative. I'd love to know, how many of you already include almonds in your daily routine? Share in the comments below. Now, let's discover another remarkable nut that science shows can help keep your mind as sharp as your body. 2. Walnuts. The brain and balance supporter. Have you ever noticed how much a walnut resembles a tiny brain when you crack it open? It's as if nature is giving us a hint about this remarkable nut's special power. As someone who's passionate about maintaining sharp thinking as I age, walnuts have become my daily companion, and the science supporting this habit is fascinating. Walnuts contain something special called alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid that few other foods provide. Dr. Michael Gordon, who studies brain aging, explained to me why this matters. These omega-3s help maintain the integrity of brain cell membranes. Think of it as keeping the roads in your brain smooth and well-maintained, so thoughts can travel efficiently. I recall meeting Dorothy at my community center. At 86, she completed the daily New York Times crossword puzzle faster than folks half her age. Her secret? A handful of walnuts with my breakfast every day since I turned 60, she shared. My doctor says my brain scans look like someone 15 years younger. What makes walnuts truly extraordinary is that they contain unique polyphenols, powerful plant compounds that can actually cross the blood-brain barrier. Most substances can't penetrate this protective shield around your brain, but these walnut compounds can, fighting inflammation and oxidative stress directly where it matters most. Walnuts support not just your thinking, but your movement too. They contain arginine, an amino acid that helps produce nitric oxide in your body. This compound supports healthy blood flow, including to the small vessels in your cerebellum, the part of your brain responsible for balance and coordination. Better circulation means better reaction time, steadier steps, and fewer falls. Perhaps most surprising is the sleep connection. Walnuts naturally contain melatonin, the hormone that regulates sleep-wake cycles. Quality sleep isn't just about feeling rested. It's essential for memory consolidation, muscle recovery, and maintaining the sharp reflexes that prevent falls. How much should you enjoy? About 1 to 2 ounces daily, 14 to 28 walnut halves, makes a perfect serving. I keep mine in the freezer to preserve freshness and add them to my morning oatmeal, afternoon salads, or evening yogurt. You can also try walnut butter as a delicious spread or dip. Do you find it easier to remember things on days when you've eaten walnuts? I'm curious to hear your experiences in the comments. Now, let's explore our final nutritional ally, a colorful nut that supports both your heart and your vision. 3. Pistachios, the heart and vision ally. Those beautiful green treasures peeking out from their shells aren't just a delight to eat. They're working overtime to support your heart, vision, and overall vitality. Pistachios stand out in the nut world with their distinctive color and flavor. But it's what they do inside your body that truly impresses me. After my friend Thomas had his blood pressure scare last year, his cardiologist specifically recommended pistachios. Why? They're one of the richest sources of potassium among all nuts. The American Heart Association explains that potassium works like a natural counterbalance to sodium, helping maintain healthy blood pressure. For many of us navigating the challenges of hypertension, this natural support system is invaluable. I smile thinking about Thomas now. At 78, he's back to his daily neighborhood walks and proudly shows off his improved blood pressure readings at our weekly card games. "Who knew something so delicious could be so good for my ticker?" he often jokes. But that vibrant green color isn't just pretty. It signals the presence of lutein and zeaxanthin, two powerful carotenoids that specifically nourish your eyes. The National Eye Institute confirms these compounds help protect against macular degeneration, the leading cause of vision loss after 60. Clear vision isn't just about enjoying beautiful sunsets and the faces of loved ones. It's fundamental to preventing falls and maintaining independence. There's another charming benefit to pistachios that I've noticed personally. They naturally encourage mindful eating. Unlike other nuts that disappear by the handful, pistachios in their shells slow you down. The gentle work of opening each one engages your fingers in small, precise movements that keep those fine motor skills sharp. And the satisfaction of working for each delicious morsel helps prevent mindless overeating. How many should you enjoy? About 1 to 2 ounces, 49 nuts in shells, makes a perfect daily serving. I keep a small bowl on my kitchen counter for an easy snack. They're delicious on their own, sprinkled over salads, or even chopped and added to your favorite quick bread recipe. One caution for those watching sodium: look specifically for unsalted varieties to maximize heart benefits. Store them in an airtight container to maintain that perfect crunch. I'm curious, have you noticed any changes in your energy or well-being when you include pistachios in your diet? Share your experience in the comments section. Now that we've discovered these nutritional allies, let's talk about how to bring them all together to support your vibrant, independent lifestyle. Every choice you make about what goes on your plate shapes your strength, mobility, and independence in these golden years. The nuts you choose aren't just snacks. They're investments in the quality of life you deserve. Remember, it's about progress, not perfection. Perhaps start by adding a small handful of almonds to your breakfast tomorrow, or replacing those peanuts with walnuts in your afternoon snack. Small, consistent changes create remarkable results over time. I hope you'll take this knowledge and use it to make choices that support the active, vibrant life you want to live. After all, age is just a number. It's how we nourish our bodies that determines how we experience each precious day. I'd love to hear which of these nuts you plan to add to your diet first, or any questions you might have. Share your thoughts in the comments below, And don't forget to subscribe for more science-backed tips for vibrant aging. Here's to your health.